Returning to the CryptoQ Media channel brings us joy. Salutations, all the SEC v Ripple case is likely to be decided by Judge Torres no later than the end of the next 6 months. Furthermore, because we know what's coming and it might happen at any second. I guess you could say soon. Still, a lot of talking goes on in our community. Will the price of XRP be impacted by this excitement soaring? Victory Day, July 13, 2023, brought us legal clarity for XRP, as you may know. Just wanted to mention that the 1-year milestone is coming up soon. It was also known to you when that occurred. Indeed, in the span of a few hours, the price increased double. However, that was its final stage. No more than one deer evaded our attempts to poach him. Obviously, things have changed since then. Perhaps you have previously generated significant ideas independently. However, what are the odds of this actually occurring? I'll share my thoughts on the matter. Beyond that, I think my position is rather persuasive and supported by reasonable reasoning. So, I will work extremely hard to prove that you are mistaken, even if you are currently in disagreement with me. You are under no obligation to find my arguments convincing. Friendship does not require agreement. Please point out any mistakes or anything I'm overlooking. The ex-director of Ripple, who specialized in crypto basics, recently addressed the XRP price's inactivity in an article that surfaced in the media. In addition, Sean McBride is assisting them in regaining their bearings. Again, a former employee of Amazon and Google who is now a part of Ripple. A community member named Johnny reached out to him, inquiring about his thoughts on why the price of XRP has decreased instead of increased, given all the positive coverage surrounding the cryptocurrency recently. Here is what Sean McBride, a former employee of Ripple and a huge XRP bull, had to say. Despite leaving Ripple, he remains strongly in support of the company. Whatever the case may be, the following was said. The price of XRP will stay pretty much the same until Judge Torres announces her decision, as I think I've mentioned before. Those that disagree are obviously totally incorrect. Afterwards, I felt compelled to explain this. I need to get back to thinking about this right away or I'll go insane. But I guess that shows that I have a mental illness because I respectfully disagree and have a different opinion. Regardless, it continues. The next important part is US legislation. In light of what has happened in Congress recently, I really hope that happens soon. Plus, Trump's commitment to Bitcoin in the event that he becomes president. After Torres makes her decision, I think we find out more about the real story behind the scenes. The Ripple collaborating institutions and I will just have to wait to see if this is a chance to flip the switch, so long as that's the case. For some reason, they seem to go to such lengths to acquire the 40 or so MTLS money transmitter licenses needed to handle payments within the United States. Enough said. The United States is still utilizing on-demand liquidity, but they are moving away from XRP and toward a stable coin. This is because there is no clear understanding. And that, in principle, could be ironed out. To be honest, I don't know what the future holds. But maybe the remedies part of this case will fix everything. Alternately, it could have the reverse effect. I have also made a passing reference to that. Certainly, more US-based firms could be enticed if it is sufficiently explained. And it's alright. I think we've passed the worst of it, but XRP is still a bridge currency for many countries who can't use the dollar directly. Furthermore, Ripple has all the good reasons in the world to hold on to XRP as its principal asset for liquidity. Ultimately, I don't understand Ripple's justification for changing that. The question that remains, though, is what this clarity means for XRP. I am not denying that the price of XRP will rise once the SEC v Ripple lawsuit is resolved. I just stated in yesterday's post that this is a social networking platform X. I feel the need to mention that XRP has been subject to clear legal guidance for the past year, thus any change in this area would be completely nonsensical. Still, the typical XRP bearer doesn't care about it, as the lawsuit says. That is a very simple statement, I guess. I can certainly provide more detail because I have said many things in the last few weeks and months that are quite similar to what you just read. However, I got some really smart feedback on my last post, so I'd like to get into this a little further. This prompted me to provide further background on my ideas. Elmer Bratz, whose real name is Brad Simon, is a member of the XRP community who recently made a false claim in a post. Also conveyed a minor difference of opinion on this subject in his correspondence with me. The use case for ripples must be well defined before using XRP in the restructured contracts can be considered viable. If the contracts that utilize XRP are greenlit, it will be feasible to switch from Tether to it. This seems like a really big decision for XRP's practicality in the US, unless I'm mistaken, which is certainly possible. I thought that was a fair response. On top of that, I have some additional thoughts that I would want to share. This was my original draft up until. As of the now, XRP is being used in ODM in every corridor worldwide except the ones that go through the United States. If, hypothetically, the Taurus rule prohibits XRP's usage in any US channel, its long-term viability will be practically unaffected. There is a lot more going on in the XRP ledger ecosystem as a whole. Unless the market understands and prices crash as a result of the decision, I suppose it makes no difference. On the other hand, that's not a rational move. Also, to clarify, any rulings will have no effect on XRP used in OTL in non-US corridors. Very well. In any case, XRP's status as the primary bridge currency will not change. Artificial intelligence has made it possible for XRP to be propelled by good news, good impressions of good news, and this heals section verdict. Very nicely. But I don't understand how that makes sense. The fact that many people haven't given this enough thought or fail to understand the full extent of Judge Tourist's opinions is, in my opinion, also very clear. I believe we can all agree that XRP has a strong legal foundation, regardless of the circumstances. I believe it's obvious that we are in a bull market, regardless of the volatility that has happened in the last several days or months, since we have been range-bound. And, consequently, market prices can sometimes react strongly to seemingly unrelated news stories. The straw that breaks the camel's back, as the old adage goes, it need not be anything major. I responded with I get it because it could cause XRP's price to rise. Personally, I'm confused by that. When saving for retirement, there is a compelling case for purchasing index funds, which are simply exchange-traded funds ETFs that track the performance of the S&P 500. You need to get your feet wet in a wide variety of markets, so the thinking goes. The next question is whether, as an investor, rather than a stock picker, you have a chance of outperforming the market. That is not something you should worry about. The reason being that you aggregate all of the market's information and use it all at once. That is it, indeed. Markets have the potential to be both efficient and the source of poor decision-making. Some businesses thrive while others perish. This is why a diverse presence in a market levels the playing field. Also, even if the SEC requires some disclosures, it could be problematic because incomplete transparency might cause doubt. That being said, I've realized that people can be misinformed and XRP can still disappear, especially when it comes to certain cryptocurrencies. So that's why I'm bringing it up now. Logic and reason fail to explain that. The only thing I want to say is that I sincerely think it relies on pleasant impressions to work. It doesn't make any sense at all. XRP would not be going anywhere. Check out what else has been happening recently. I have been thinking about this. The automated market maker, stablecoin, Autumn, Ripple, Total Value Locked, and other similar projects will all contribute to this goal. Ledger, XRP, and the EVM sidechain are just a few examples. Because of that, the XRP ledger will experience a surge in activity. Lots of positive news has come out in recent days. That is the end of the video. It would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and like my channel. Thank you so much. Leave.